bars and restaurants will be closed to sit-down service.
Statements like these stacked on top of us for days.
Therefore, today I will sign an executive order that closes our K-12 public schools.
Information was coming fast, and the steadiest of community operations were changing by the minute. On March 14th, schools across North Carolina were closed, and within days, Watauga County schools officials completely reinvented how the system would operate.
We talked about all the many things that we provide to our students and to our families. We knew that right alongside our decisions about instruction and technology and COVID and keeping everyone safe would be how would we continue to feed children. So from the very first days of this, we knew that we didn't know what it would look like, but we knew we had to continue our meals program in some way.
A plan to provide healthy meals and distribute them throughout the county to any child or family that was in need was quickly formed, and brings us to our first award of the evening. Our partners at Boone Golf Club help us present the 2020 Wade Brown Award for Community Involvement to the Watauga County Schools Child Nutrition and Transportation Departments.
So we have about 4,600 students enrolled normally, and we have about 800 who eat breakfast each day and about 2,000 that eat lunch. So the students that were top of mind, first of all, were our free and reduced students. Those tend to be the most food insecure students in the system. So those were the ones that we were focused on initially, trying to get the service out to. Our number one goal was to try to keep our employees working and on the payroll and making sure they were paid, because that's their livelihood. So we were definitely very busy. We were serving way more meals than we typically did. It took a little extra effort to box those up and put them on the bus each day and go out and distribute them. My staff also rode on the buses to go deliver the meals. We needed someone there to account for them, tally mark them to make sure that the meals were going to students. I didn't really have to reach out to anyone. They all were coming to me. My phone was ringing off the hook. I was getting emails, checks from the faith community. We got checks from individuals to help pay for some of the expenses we were incurring. Local businesses were very generous in donating to-go containers and bags to put meals in. We had some Cambros that we borrowed from some restaurants. So everybody was very generous and willing to help in whatever way that they could.
We knew that we needed to provide a service to the students and families in the county. And once the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction decided to allow us to use our transportation funds for that purpose, so we just started putting it together. We fortunately, the child nutrition director in my office is right next to each other, so we were able to have those conversations and get the ball rolling. So at the height of the distribution, we were operating 12 buses. So we tried to place 3 people on the bus to make sure that there was enough staff to, to accomplish what we were trying to do, including the driver. And staffing really wasn't, it wasn't hard to come by because everybody was excited to participate in it. There were a lot of teacher assistants, teachers, child nutrition staff. These people come in contact with children every day at the schools, and they wanted to see the kids. And they were volunteering to go on the routes, rotating so that everybody got a turn. It was just really something to see for them to be out there and providing that service. Everybody wanted to do it.
They're all very dedicated to their work, and they focus on providing for children, and that's their main goal. And so it was very fulfilling to them to see those people come get the meals, the ones that rode the buses, getting to see the children and give the meals to them on that bus route. It made them feel very satisfied and fulfilled that they were doing a service for our students. I think that they gained some confidence that they could turn on a dime and do anything that they needed to do to provide the service that we're charged to do each day. They worked very, very hard, and I just think that it made them feel good to know that they were helping.
I think the smiling faces that they got to see, the kids were just so excited to see the bus pull up and deliver the food and be able to talk. A lot of times the driver was their regular driver. And so they were very, happy to see them. Brought a little bit of the school's, the atmosphere back to them.